All right, guys, they're going to be using the fastest SPA units in SpongeBob Tower Defense and taking on the final infinite mode. So this is our squad. We'll go over them as we go along. But before we hop in it, guys, in the spirit of this episode, we are giving away 5 7x game speeds to people who comment down below. So if you guys want a 7x game speed, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down your Roblox username. All right, I'm giving away 5. So there's going to be 5 winners from the comment section. So you have a high chance of winning. Let's cook. All right, make sure you include your username in there too, so I know who to send it to. 1 second. All right, here we go. We're gonna do the hardest map in the game, so let's cook. All right. What's gonna make this map a little bit harder than the other maps is this map is going to be a double path map, and honestly, the problem with these fast AoEs is the AoE sucks. So I'm a little worried about that one, because yeah. But we do have some like line AoE, and thankfully we have GG Rock, the OG fast SPA unit. All right. All right, now right now he's at 0.1, but we need to get all of our units to at least 0. That's the challenge. So we're going to place down our Jellian Leader. Now I'm gonna be honest, Jellian Leader is probably the GOAT of this episode, and Pat the Hapless. They are surprisingly OP compared to their stats, and there we go, guys. We're now at 0 SPA and 0 SPA. So looking very, very good. All right, so let's start maxing these guys out. I wanna see how OP we can get them. So 1.5 million, still at 0. 1.6 million, that's really good. And yeah, I don't know if any of these units can be able to compare with Jellian Leader. In my last infinite run, him and Pat the Hapless, absolute goats. Now I will say, compared to the old units, you can see the cost difference. It's pretty massive, but I have a feeling that it's probably worth it, because I don't know, man. GG Rock's looking a little bit outdated. Let's go grab this 4th upgrade. 2.1 million, looking really good. You can see how fast they're attacking. Now, one thing about Jellian Leader is it looks like his attack animation is way shorter than GG Rock's. So the thing is, this SPA does not always factor in the attack animation length. And I think the reason why GG Rock's SPA appears so low is he has a very, very long animation because he has to fly up in the air and fly down. So I think in reality, we're still waiting for them to factor in attack animation time into this. We've been asking for that for months, but you know, it is what it is. But here we go, guys. 2.25 with the 0 SPA. That is absolutely crazy. Now let's see how bad GG Rock is. Oh my gosh. And this is with max pets, guys. If you guys don't know, I have 2 exotic pets. So +1 placement, +1 placement, and a ton of, because this is actually a shiny Wumbo 5-star. No, I mean, not shiny, a shiny 5-star. So really, really OP pets here. All right, let's go grab some of these. 38,000 damage with a 0 SPA, but the range was really good for its time, guys. But unfortunately, it looks like GG Rock is a little bit on the outdated side, which is very, very sad. All right, next up, let's sell our Jellian Leader and let's place down Nosferatu. So Nosferatu, he is another one where you can kind of see his animation is really long, but he is a line AoE. So he might be a really good unit. Let me actually place him better. Oh, well, you can't actually place him there. But, you know, he might be really good on, like, last or something. Oh, man. All right, let's like, not die. Oh, my gosh. You can see he's missing a lot of enemies. So this is why having a full AoE unit can be helpful sometimes. But all the full AoE units have very low damage and not fast enough SPA. So. But yeah, I like putting guys like him on last. And ideally, he's going to hit this entire thing. But we'll have to see there. So there we go. Maxing out his stats. He's pretty cheap to max. 846,000 for 0.1. And then we're going to drop our Jellyfish Jam unit. And bang. Oh, wow. Look at that range, guys. Okay, so it looks like maybe this is where I want to put him. And there we go. 0 SPA. Now, the thing with Jellyfish Jam is it's kind of weird how it works. You can see I have 2 Jellyfish units down, but look, because it's the actual unit itself, it doesn't self-buff. So you actually have to have 2 Jellyfish Jam units if you want everybody to be buffed. And that's kind of why I have GG Rock with Jellyfish Jam as well. So that way everybody is down to 0 SPA, and this guy is now down to 0 SPA as well. But you can see how ridiculously long his attack animation time is. So definitely not as worth it. All right, here we go. We're back. I got a lot of money saved up now, so let's start checking out some of the other units we got. So Baby Pearl surprisingly also has a very fast SPA, and she's a splash damage unit, which isn't really that great, but her damage is pretty decent. She's actually shiny Wumbo, but since she's a Baby Pearl, a baby whale, look how small she is. So she's actually, though, not too bad, considering her SPA is pretty fast. All right, next up we have Pat the Hapless. Now, Pat the Hapless is a GOAT. Like, he's one of the best units in the game. Look at his starting damage, guys. You can compare that to even Jellian Leader. Now, I believe part of the reason his damage is so high because I think line AoE units just do way less than Pierce units, just because of how they're built. But I will say when I tested the two, they were actually pretty similar. So let's go get them all the way up to max. 3.9 for 0. And then this guy's 2.0, but he does have double the range, though. That's one cool thing about Jellian Leader. This guy actually doesn't even cover the whole map. So what that means is we actually have to think of some better spots for him. And I'm thinking we put him down. Yeah, you can see he's not even hitting the whole map, which is a little weird. So we gotta think smartly here for his placements. I think we're gonna try to place them in here. And we should get 3 placements thanks to our pets. So we're gonna try to get them in some smart spots here. Right. All right, let's max him out here. And is he able to hit the whole map? Not quite, which is a little bit not good, but you know, it's gonna be most of the map. So we're kind of just gonna have to deal with it. You can see we're gonna lose a little bit of the map there, but that's fine. Now Jelly and Leader, we can put him anywhere on the map and you can see he's gonna have full coverage. So we're just gonna not worry about it and we're just gonna max him out anywhere. All right, next up, surprisingly on this list is Filthy Boys. Yeah, I'm kind of shocked he's on here too. The nice thing about Filthy Boys is his range is pretty decent too. You can see he's not covering the whole map, but like, you know, he's getting there. All right, we're gonna have to unfortunately like figure out some creative ways to put them because these are all like shiny Wumbo units, so they're kind of thick, if you know what I mean. And I did actually have to sneak Vortex on this guy, which is a little bit disappointing. I don't know if I 100% needed it, but you know, I wanted to make sure we had the fastest SPA we could. And I'm gonna be honest, GG Rock, we're gonna place down, but I'm not gonna lie, he's more my support unit here. But I do want to make sure he's covering the Jelly and Leaders, so they at least get the buffs. But yeah, looks like I have a GG Rock in the back, and I have a Filthy Boys back here, so that's good. So let's try to slide a GG Rock there to cover all those guys. But GG Rock thankfully has okay range, at least after all my pet boosts. All right, who was not placed down? Does Baby Pearl have good range? All right, Baby Pearl's range is pretty solid. I'm not too worried about her. She's going to be hitting most of the map. All right, now Nosferatu, he works best on a line coverage. So, and his range is kind of... actually, his range is just fine. We're good on the range for him. And I also put Vortex on him as well. Let's see if we can slide him somewhere. All right, that's going to cover basically the whole map, probably when he's upgraded. All right, is there other units I need to place? All right, I already placed all of these guys, these guys, these guys, these guys, these guys, these guys. All right, so that means we're ready to start maxing these guys out. So we're on wave 90, and let's see if we get a boss coming out. I'm gonna be honest, we're kind of nuking them pretty fast. But yeah, and the VFX, we're just gonna turn those off, guys, because I'm not trying to break my PC. But yeah, it looks like everything is getting absolutely nuked. So comment down below, guys, what is your highest wave in Camp Coral Endless? I know on the other maps you can get over 1,000, but I don't know how much harder this one is. Because I remember doing the last one, Rock Bottom, and that one was a lot harder. So comment down below, what is a good wave on this map? But so far, we're just insta-killing, so I'll be back, and we're going to start upgrading these units. All right, I don't know why I'm upgrading the GG Rock, but we're gonna upgrade the units that are worth it to upgrade. We'll put it that way. All right, let's keep cooking. All right, I'm not going to lie, I think these waves are a lot longer. So this is probably not your best bet for reaching a crazy wave on infinite mode. So yeah, I didn't realize how crazy long these waves are. I might, yeah, we'll see how this goes. But so far we are still in insta-killing mode, which is great. All right, we're up to 179, and we got everybody maxed now, so we're cooking. And let's see if anybody's doing a lot more damage than the other guys. So 47 million, 29 million, 1 point, oh my gosh, GG Rock, no, 44 million, 181 million. So currently Filthy Boys is the GOAT. 24 million, not too bad. Yeah, Filthy Boys is definitely putting in some work. Jelly and Leader, I just don't think he's able to hit anybody. All the units are dying before he gets the hit. This guy does 0 damage. He's just not in range yet. Yeah, this Pat the Hapless, man, I might... trying to think. I want to move him somewhere else. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But everybody's maxed, and we're doing pretty decent. So every boss is still getting insta-yeeted. So let's keep going. I'm not sure how far we'll make it yet, but so far no problems. All right, guys, this is taking hours, man. Oh my goodness, I do not think this map is any faster than the other maps to beat. All right, we're on wave 505. We're finally starting to struggle a little bit. I'm just gonna leave 7x on. We'll just say that's part of this solo challenges. When I do non-solo challenges, we'll turn 7x off and probably switch to 2x. But right now we're doing okay. I think a lot of it is what boss spawns. Now you guys can tell me down below in the comments. I'm not sure if it's RNG which boss that spawns or if it's like set per wave. I haven't done enough infinite runs yet to know that, but it looks like we're doing okay. They are still only getting to here, and I will say we do have some extra DPS that should be tapping in a little bit later. And we do also have a lot of abilities that we can blast as well. But I will say once they split this path, we're probably cooked. Unless like a boss goes one way and the rest of the units go the other way. But I also know sometimes the maps are bugged and the units only go one direction. But I don't know if that's the same with, because I had a theory that all the bosses always went the same path. I'm not sure if that's true or not. Maybe we can test that here, but so far we're doing okay, but we're definitely starting to die. But I will say the bosses seem to be getting nuked pretty quickly. I think a big problem is we don't have any full AoE units, so I think we're only hitting some units at a time. And I'm gonna be honest, I think GG rocks Spongebob. I gotta find like a 0 SPA full AoE unit. So if you know one of those, let me know. We'll do part 2 of the challenge, but GG rock, man. He's an OG, but gosh dang it, man. He needs a buff. I used to always think that 7x was crazy OP, but I'm not gonna lie, like this would be borderline unplayable without 7x. Like I feel like these runs would go for like 5 hours without 7x. So I don't know, man. Honestly, after playing infinite mode, I think they might need to add 10x game speed. So I'm putting in my vote, guys. 10x game speed, we need it. All right, looks like we're really starting to struggle on wave 31. I'm trying to blast all my abilities as fast as possible, but it looks like the enemies are starting to just kind of just like get through in general. I think a big reason is because we don't have any full AoE units, so that's not ideal. So we're gonna spam as much as we can, but we're only on 532. I'm not gonna lie, I think another reason that's the problem is we don't have a Dream Gary. And I'm starting to realize that Dream Gary is pretty OP, but I'm not sure we could have gotten him to 0 SPA. So yeah, if you guys are doing an infinite run, you gotta bring Dream Gary. He's kind of like Blackbeard's 6-star in ASTD, if you guys remember when I used to play that game. He's definitely a must-have, and he's gonna really extend how far you can go. All right, I'm gonna temporarily switch to 1x because I want to see who's putting in that work. So Jellian Leader, 13.54, 17 billion. Oh my gosh, Baby Pearl, no, what? 3.9, okay, Jellian Leader is really putting in the work, probably because he's hitting the entire map. 13.5, what? No way, look at the difference. No way, that's crazy. That's okay, that's cool. Anyways, bro, what? Nosferatu is buns. That's a 5-star Nosferatu, man. Yo, and he's, dude, the difference is crazy, and the damage doesn't even seem that far off. Okay, guys, do not use Nosferatu in infinite mode. His stats look good, but dude, what the heck? That is terrible. Oh my gosh. I will say Pat would probably be similar to Jellian Leader, but obviously his range is worse. So that's actually quite interesting. All right, looks like we're on 7x, and that's kind of like the rule. All right, just for the challenge, we're just not gonna do crazy like switching back and forth unless it's for like getting content. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest, this is not looking good. Wave 541. I'm not sure this is a good wave or not for this round. Again, no Dream Gary is kind of killing us. All right, this boss only has 181 million. I'm gonna be honest, when I did the duo run, that wasn't a problem at all. We were getting into like the 7 billions or something crazy. All right, I think this is about to be GG's, guys. They're getting all the way to the end of the base. I'm trying to spam my abilities as fast as humanly possible, but I wish there was like an auto ability or something. I think I might need it. All right, anyways, oh my gosh, we're out of, oh, spam that. All right, we made it out of that hole. So we're at the 547. Spamming these abilities like crazy. All right. Okay, well, it is what it is. How many takedowns are we up to? 13,000 takedowns. Not too bad. All right, we got to keep spamming though. This is not looking good. All right, I think with 3x or whatever, we probably could get a few more waves, but 547 is looking like pretty close to the cap. And I think it's mainly the fast enemies that are getting to us. Once again, we don't have full AoE or anything or any slows. It doesn't seem like the bosses are even making it far, so we're not having any problem with them. Interesting. All right, we're starting to take damage, guys. It's cooked. 559 though, not bad. 559. Only 11 chests is crazy. All right, that's all the stuff we got, but I think that's also multiplied. So not too bad, I'm gonna be honest. So fastest SPA units, I don't know. I think we might need to tweak the team a little bit. Comment down below what tweaks you guys want me to make to the team, and we'll get it popping on the next episode. And don't forget, guys, if you missed out on the free 7x from the admin abuse, I'm giving away 5 free 7x game speeds to people who comment down below their Roblox username, subscribe to the channel, and like the video. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.